Hi everybody, this is Miss Magnificent Woman coming your way. Please like and subscribe. I'm coming to you today about a matter that pretty much that I'm not going to say that I was tossed in, but more so that I was forced into because the individual was in my car. This is one of my drivers that was in the car with me, and typically when I'm driving, I like to listen to inspirational messages, music, anything that's going to keep me going, that's going to keep that high energy going. This is something that I do or like to ride in silence and just meditate, okay? Well, anyway, this person was in my car, and I'm not one of the types that'd be like, hey, what's wrong? Are you okay? You know, I try to say to myself, you know. But however, when I say I was forced into it, it was a drag because we have 4 hours to get from, honey, I can't even tell you the name of the place, but it was way up Michigan somewhere, way up north. It was 4 hours away from my home, like 4.5 hours away from my home, okay? So we're riding and everything, and I'm like, okay, like what in the world is wrong? What's the problem? So I finally said, hey, are you okay? Normally I don't do that. Why did I do it? But it was more so for a good thing. I'll put it that way. It was more so for a good thing. Sometimes you have to know when to choose your battles, okay? Well, anyway, long story short, the individual, as soon as I asked the question, she broke down and started crying. I'm like, oh, shoot, what did I do? Okay, I was sitting there like, oh, shoot, maybe I should have just sat there in silence and never said anything, whatever. But it got to the point to where she said, I don't think that I will ever amount to be successful or the woman that I am supposed to be. So I asked her, I said, why would you say that? Like, why would you just put that out there in the atmosphere? And the first thing she said was, this is what I have been told all of my life as a child. Now, you can like, share, and subscribe, okay? Because this here message is for every man, woman, boy, or girl. It's going to be very short. But the question to her was that I imposed on her today was, what are you afraid of? And she said the first word was fear. Fear is crippling. Fear is one of those things that no one want to have, but when you have that negative energy that's piling upon you, those words, every time you fall or you make a mistake, and everything that was said over your life or spoken over your life, those words come back at you to haunt you. Okay, so it is your job, and I had to tell her, it is your job to not allow everything that everybody filter into your spirit. Even once you hear it, it's your job to say, hey, wait a minute, that's not for me. You can't put that on me. So when I asked her the question, or before I asked her the question, I had to apply it to myself because I was that one as well. You know, I was that one to where I was told all my life that I'll never be this, I'll never be that. I would always be like this and I will always be like that. But it was never nothing positive. It was always something negative. So in the meanwhile, as I was growing up, I started believing that. I started saying, okay, well, maybe that person was right. Or maybe, you know, I'll never manifest to be the person that I'm supposed to be. Or maybe, you know, so as I continue to grow older, as into my adult life, I did not know who I was for a long time. You have to be careful of the words and the things that you put out into the atmosphere, especially when you speak over a child's life or even an individual's life, because a lot of times we don't know what that person is dealing with from one day to the next. And sometimes one kind word will change an atmosphere. It will change a person's attitude. Even a smile will brighten up somebody's day. We have to get into that mindset. And a lot of times people say, well, that's not my issue. Earlier, that was before I had asked her what was wrong. I'm like, okay, this isn't my problem. I don't feel like being drained today. But, however, I took upon myself just to be that person to say, hey, what's wrong? What can I do to help? Some of us have allowed people to speak things over us that don't even pertain to us. You know, we sit here, we hear it, and we accept it. And especially as a child, like, don't talk back, don't say this, don't do that. But we grow up with those words that was over our life. And then when it becomes manifested, then the first thing they say is, see, I told you you'll never be anything. I told you were going to be like this. I told you you weren't going to be successful. And we tend to believe it. But it is our job, especially as we get older, it is our job to learn the secret. And the secret is to, when people have said things about you, it is your job to take those words and say, that's not the cloth. I am not cut from that cloth. I don't care how your mom, your dad, your grandparents, your auntie, your uncle, how any of them raised you. If this is not pertaining to you, or if those words don't pertain to you, baby, don't wear it. Don't wear it. Stop allowing people to get into your headspace, because they create that negative headspace. And when they do that, then you begin to believe everything they say. And then now you're just compiling on different, words, from the beginning of your childhood, you will never be anything. Then in your teenage life, you're not going to succeed. Then your adult life, you won't make it to the next level, and then you just allowed all this negative energy just to pour on top of you, and you just keep believing it. So now it's your job to take it off. When you allow negative people in your head, it brings about stress. It brings about depression. It brings about seclusion. When you don't want, meaning you don't want to be around your family. You don't want to be around your friends. You barely want to work. You want to sit. And I was one of those that would sit in a dark room. I was one of those who did not allow people to get close to me. And to this day, I still don't. Why? Because I don't trust everybody. And you can't trust any and everybody either. You got to make sure that your space is limited to the ones that you know or think you know that you can trust. Because you can't trust everybody, and not everybody is fit to be in your circle. Not everybody. Baby, I don't even have a circle. Trust and believe. I don't even want a circle. I don't even want a triangle. It's just me and God. Okay? And that's the way I want it in my family. All right? So know who you are dealing with, whether it's family or whether it's friends. Know who you're dealing with. Know that you are more than what their eyes can see. You're not going to always be on that level of not being nobody or not feeling important, because one day you're going to have to rise up and say, hey, I'm not those words. I'm not who you say I am. I'm not what you tried to put over me or speak over to my life back when I was 10 years old or back when I was 15 years old. Now that I'm, 25, 35, 55 or whatever, and I'm still living this life. Nah, something in you have to break. And when you get to that breaking point to where you realize that the things that people have spoken over your life, and it has gotten you to that point of brokenness, somewhere in your life, you have to say, something has to change. Something has to change. You wonder why when you are around people that you don't know, you tend to conform to everybody, because you don't know who you are. You have allowed so many people in your headspace to where you don't even know who you are or who you belong to. You are somebody important. You are loved. You mean something to me. You mean something to the next person. You mean something to your parents, to your family, to your coworkers. You mean something to somebody. And you have to get that in your head. You have to do self-affirmations every day. So when you wake up in the morning, say, today will be an awesome day. I am important. I am loved. And most of all, I love me. You have to say that. I love me. So what if people don't like you? So what if people have lied on you, gossiped about you? You have people who will never meet you a day in your life, and the moment they lay eyes on you, they're not going to like you. But that's because, baby, there's something inside of you that they don't have, and that when every time they see you, it's something that they want. And then you have people that know you and will still not like you and don't even have that relationship with you. But it's your job to keep saying, that's okay. I love me. You have to make sure that you put that out, put it out in the atmosphere. I love me regardless of what this person say. I love me regardless of how this person treat me. Because people will try to treat you or make you feel a certain type of way just so you cannot get to that level. They'll make you feel like you're less than or that they're better than you. Baby, there's nobody. I don't care what in the hell I've been through, okay? There is nobody that I will say that is better than me. Nobody. And when you get that in your mind, you make sure you keep that self-proclamation every single day. Wake up every morning and say, I love me. I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for my job. I'm thankful for my house. I'm thankful for my family. If you have children, I'm thankful for my children. I am thankful for who I am and who God created me to be. But know that nobody can take it away from you. Only you can take it away from you. You are your worst enemy. And instead of you being your worst enemy, be the best prize winner you can be. Baby, be the type of person that when you go on your job, you are so important that your job and your coworkers, your boss, pretty much they need you. The moment you say, I'm taking off, okay, wait a minute, what are we going to do without her? Or what are we going to do without him? Because you're just that important. You're that important to somebody. So you got to keep that in your mind. That I am important, that I am loved, that I am cherished, that I am the person that God created me to be. And I'm not like those. I'm not those words, those little selfish, senseless words that people placed over your life, making you feel like you were this small. Baby, gone. You better go on somewhere. You don't know who I am. And so I just know I am the righteousness of God. So that means if I am the righteousness, I don't care what I have done. God has forgiven me. And don't worry about, regardless of the fact of whether you have a relationship with people, as long as you have a relationship with God. Because the thing about this is, and I'm not one, I don't bash any organizations or anything like that. But the thing about it is people have become so judgmental to where they think that they can take the place of God. People have gotten to the place to where, they think that they are more. The moment you make a mistake, they want to hold it over your head. Well, who are you? Who are you? So you're exempt from making mistakes, or you make the mistakes and then you notice it and you kick it under the rug and say, oh, okay, nobody saw that. Yeah, we may not have seen it, but God saw it. The little sneaky things that you say and do, God saw it. The way you sit here and tear your brothers and sisters down. It's out here. You put it out here in the atmosphere, but everything that you put out here, everything that you do, trust and believe, is going to come right back to you. As simple as that. So remember, okay? Remember that you are somebody. Know that you're nobody's rug. You're nobody's doormat for people to sit here and just drop their garbage on you and tell you who they think you are. Baby, God created me. He knew my name before I was ever born. So that means if he knows who I am, the hell with what you think. And that's the way I see it. That's the way you better see it, okay? Please like, share, and subscribe, all right? Thank you for joining Miss Magnificent Woman. From here on out, I will be trying to upload videos as much as I possibly can, just to give encouragement words. We're going to talk about nails. I did my nails myself, okay? And shout out to my girl, Kara, who did my stones for me because I ran out of stones. But okay, whatever. Don't judge me, all right? We're going to talk about skin because, look, we got to get this together because this right here, this ain't it. Okay, this isn't it. And then as far as hair, we're gonna talk about fashion. We're gonna have fun on this page. All right, no negativity. We are here to uplift, to encourage, and to help somebody else along the way. If you have any type of inspiration, make sure you put it down there for the next person. Or if you felt like you have been through something and how you got out of it, make sure you put it down there for the next person. So when the next person that jump on the page, they can see, well, hey, you know, she got out of it. I know I can. And the way I got out of it was because of the fact that when you get to that point in your mind to where words hurt, the things that people say hurt, the people think that you have, that people do hurt, all of that brokenness hurt. It hurts. So when you get to that point in your life to where you say enough is enough, and you believe it, that's when things are going to change. There's a book that I just got called The Secret, and it talks about the law of attraction. I'm quite sure it's fluttering all over YouTube, and it talks about the law of attraction and how you have to believe, and you have to set, you know, affirmations for yourself, and you have to do this and you have to do that. But the main thing is you have to believe what you're speaking, because if you sit here and you speak negative, negative is going to come back. You speak positive, positive is going to come back. Okay, just like the saying, excuse me, rich get richer, poor get poor. That's because the rich knows the secret. They know the secret on how to stay rich. The poor, you know, all they do is speak negative. And I got to that point to where I said, I'm not going to continue to speak negative over my life. I don't care what happens. I don't care what happens. I have to be that one to where I have to sit here and take all, you know, negative, take it for the good. Because you can't have positive all the time. You can't have positivity all the time. You got to weigh out. There's something has to be, you know, it has to be balanced. Okay, it has to be balanced. So, which means, sorry, something was in my eye, but it has to be balanced. So, you know, yeah, you got some positivity here, and then next, you know, boom, negativity hits you somewhere. Okay, not a problem. You have to learn how to conquer that negativity, and don't allow that negativity to be a part of your whole day. Okay? Learn how to get that negativity up off of you and be like, you know what? Enough is enough. This is not, I got to get this off of me, because if not, this is what's going to take over me, and you don't want it to take over you. Every day, wake up and do a self-affirmation. Every day, wake up and say, you know, I am somebody. I am loved. I am healed. I am successful. I am beautiful. I am magnificent. You know, speak these things over your life so that your life can get better. But not only will your life get better, everybody around you will feel that beauty. They'll see the radiance from you. And next thing you know, for those who were speaking over your life, they will learn the secret, and they'll learn it from you. You have a good day. Have a blessed night.